Hey, welcome everybody. It's your favorite day of the week. It's Friday. That means we are going to be jamming. Yes! I got my guitar here. I got my man Ian here.
What up?
All right, and we're going to be jamming. It's Friday night jams. You know how we do. Well, how we did, and that's how we do now, because this is my show now. And I mean, I jam every day. We'll throw a song out there every day, but at the end of the show, I'm going to have him jam a song. I'm going to run and grab my whiskey because I totally forgot it. But it's Friday. I always like to have a nice little swig before I get into it. So today we're going to be talking about some stuff. We're going to talk about the RNC finale last night. It ended with a literal bang, lots of fireworks, and practically rioters in the streets attacking people. It's pretty crazy. I got some stories to talk about there. Some of my own personal friends got attacked. Craziness, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Portland finally cracking down. Seems like turns out they could have done it the whole time. But finally they're doing it after the president finally called them out. And Ted Wheeler was like, no, we don't need your help. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that and make fun of Ted Wheeler a little bit because that's fun. Then we're going to talk about March on Washington. Today is the 57th anniversary of the March on Washington event, which is, I don't know if you knew this. This is the I Have a Dream speech from Martin Luther King Jr. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about space submarines. I told you a little bit about it. I know you're excited about it. I can see the smile on your face. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. So let's get into it. First off, the RNC finale. How many people watched it? Were you guys watching? I was watching. Trump had a great speech. It was kind of long-winded. It was like, I think it was over an hour, honestly. I'm not sure exactly how long it was, but it was still good. Felt great. And yeah, so the Republican National Convention ended yesterday. And I don't know how many of you out there caught my speech. Now, they didn't air it. It wasn't officially on the RNC. I was a little sad. That's okay. But I have it here right now. I'm going to play you my speech. It's only 2 minutes long, so bear with me. You know, I got to say thank you, everybody who said my speech was awesome. I see you in the chat. You guys are telling me how great it was. So here it is. I'm going to play it for you right now, and enjoy.
I come to you tonight with a voice of optimism.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me start it over.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, my fellow Americans. For those who do not know me, my name is Adam Crigler. I am here tonight to speak on behalf of those Americans who feel reservations about discussing their viewpoints in light of America's current political climate. I come to you tonight with a voice of optimism, a voice that resonates a veneration for true American values that I see so many of you possess, despite the difficult times our nation is facing. There is a disease infecting our nation's politics, and in order to deconstruct the truth, we need to raise our voices collectively to decry the infringement of free speech that has become the cornerstone rhetoric of the left. The Republican Party represents the values of honest, hard-working people, individuals that embody the American dream. On November 3rd, I support the right to enact fair trade deals that will benefit hardworking Americans. I support the right of every American to have a say in how their children are educated. I support the right of every American to have access to affordable prescription drug prices. I support the right of every American to feel protected in their home without squandering the lives of brave women and men domestically or overseas in desultory wars. I support the right of every American who recommends term limits and other measures of accountability for their congressional leaders. I support the right of every American to voice their opinion and to know that that opinion has value in the constructive dialogue of this nation. On November 3rd, I support the right. Thank you.
So there we go. That was my speech. Thanks everyone for listening. I know it was a little random. I don't know what's about to happen there, but yeah, that was it. I worked with an actual speech writer, which is actually one of my best friends. He did a fantastic job of carving out this incredible speech for me to read and speak. Thank you, Mitchell. You really helped me speak out what I wanted to say. So that was really wonderful. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. So let's continue on with the RNC. They actually had fireworks that went up afterwards, spelled Trump 2020 into the sky. Pretty fantastic. And of course, we had these people that put up these look like light bright signs that, of course, blamed Trump for all the COVID deaths. How it's his fault, I don't really know. He tried so hard to help. All of these different governors were like, no. He closed off. The Democrats got all upset with him. Pelosi's like, yeah, go out into Chinatown, act like nothing's happening. Joe Biden called him a xenophobe. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he could do anything and they would flip out on him. So it's kind of ridiculous that this is what happened, So then I want to talk about what happened after the RNC, because everyone knows, things happened with the RNC. The speeches were great. Everything all week was awesome to watch the positivity of the Republicans. It was really refreshing. This is from Jack Murphy. He lives in D.C. He's been on the Timcast IRL show a couple times, so I've met him a few times now. Great guy. Check him out if you want. But I just wanted to read this. High-level sources tell him the Secret Service wanted to protect the Trump guests returning to their hotels, but Mayor Bowser refused. She said, the W Hotel is across the street from the White House, and yet the Secret Service wasn't given clearance to provide safe transport. Bowser wanted this mess. I believe that. I really do. He says, this explains why there were so many vulnerable people walking from the White House to the hotels. No extra protection was allowed by Mayor Bowser. He also learned that why Senator Paul was heading to the L from the wrong direction. Paul left the White House on the ground bus and went to the Trump Hotel. He waited there for 2 hours, then Ubered back to get as close to the W as he could get. He got out 1 block east of 14th. I was the first to see him, and he just decided right when he was about to go home. So he was a block east himself. This is obviously from Jack's perspective. It says, inside Paul's hotel, there was reports from high-level sources that they could hear the agitators inside the hotel and in the rooms, yelling and screaming about Paul's presence there. They wanted to find him and confront him again. Who paid for these agitators to stay there? And remember, Mayor Bowser has a history of refusing to work with the Secret Service and the National Guard. We saw her definitely refuse cooperation back in late May and early June, around the time she was busy painting Black Lives Matter in the street like a maniac. And then he references an article here that it goes back. What was this? This is from June 4th. So they've been going at it. President Trump and Mayor Bowser has been clashing over the control of the streets for some time. So I mean, we see they wanted this chaos, and it's crazy because that's definitely on Mayor Bowser. Because look at this, Brandon Strzok and Mike Harlow, 2 people that I just met last week at the Walkaway campaign. Fantastic people. They're very, very nice. I spent the day with them. Incredible. I'm going to actually have Mike Harlow on my show maybe next week. We're still working the details out, but they were both at the White House last night, as they deserve to be. They've been doing so much work trying to get for the president, and they were attacked. And here he says, he hasn't endured an anti-gay attack like this in probably 10 years. The activists physically assaulted him and Mike Harlow and calling them names and threatening him. And this is actually right when one of the agitators tried to smack the phone out of his friend's hand. This is such a shame. Like, I can't believe this kind of stuff is happening in this day and age. They want chaos. Here we got, I have a picture of, this is Rand Paul surrounded. I mean, he actually had assistance here by this point, but man, there is so many videos of Rand Paul basically being attacked. And one police officer got knocked over, and Rand Paul he went to the aid of the police officer, like, can I help you? Like, he helped him, get back up. It's like, what blows me away is they're yelling at Rand Paul, justice for Breonna Taylor. Do they not know that he's the one who wrote the Breonna Taylor Act, trying to stop no-knock warrants? Do they not do any research? Why are they going after the one person who is actually fighting for justice? And they're like, well, it's not enough. And it's like, well, you got to start somewhere, don't you? And no one else is doing anything. This is the one senator that's actually trying to help them. He's trying to do work. Man, it is so frustrating to the ignorance of some of these people that are just out there attacking, and this happened to nearly every guest that was at the White House. There was videos going on all night of people just being harassed as they left. People are running up to the old couples, just flicking them off and scaring them. It is a shame. I mean, this is the world that they say it's Trump's America. It's like, no. That's Biden's America. The Democrats are the ones that are letting this happen. The Secret Service wanted to help. They wanted to escort some of these people. The National Guard. The mayor didn't let them. I bet you can tell if the mayor is Democrat.
I have a feeling that she is.
You're right. Ding, 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 ding.
Bowser.
Yes, Bowser is a Democrat. You're absolutely right.
And also the villain from Super Mario Brothers. Different person.
No correlation, but kind of funny to think about.
That is. I'm sure she's heard that
I'm
joke
sure there's
before.
something out there floating around on the internet, but man, what a mess. So other than that, the RNC was fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for watching my speech out there. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. I actually went and got that suit just for the speech. It was so now I have a nice, clean black suit that I can.
It fits you perfectly.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I felt like a Bond agent. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good. All right. So next, I want to talk about what was going on in Portland now. So it kind of links up with Kenosha. So we're going to start there. So police break up an apparent Antifa plot to light Kenosha on fire. Check this out. So this is from Madison. Oh, this is from this morning, I guess. So last night, they stop a caravan. Well, let me just read it. It says, mainstream media accounts on Thursday described a fourth night of riots in Kenosha as mostly peaceful. Oh my God. After 3 previous nights of deadly disorder that ripped up portions of Wisconsin's 4th largest city and led to 3 people shot and 2 dead. Things could have gotten a lot worse in Kenosha Wednesday night if local federal law enforcement officials hadn't stopped an out-of-state convoy reportedly bent on destruction. As Empower Wisconsin reported, Kenosha police and U.S. Marshals stopped a caravan of vehicles filled with fuel cans and illegal fireworks, thanks to a citizen tip. Officers located a black school bus, a bread truck, and a minivan and took up surveillance, according to the incident report. Police then followed the vehicles to a gas station where they observed the occupants of the black bus and bread truck filling up multiple cans of gas. Police say the vehicles contained various items, including helmets, gas masks, protective vests, illegal fireworks, and suspected controlled substances. I don't know what that means. Suspected. So they say that it contained it, but they say that it contained suspected control. I don't really know what that means. It's like, was there stuff there or wasn't there? I don't know. That it's a little up in the air, but 9 individuals were arrested for disorderly conduct and were awaiting charging decisions by the Kenosha County District Attorney, according to the incident report. Now, I read about the other side of this, and this is I forget the name of the bus. It's Riot Kitchen, I think it is. Yeah, and they basically were in Portland feeding. Funny enough, they had a bunch of vegan food. These people peak privilege.
Far left.
Yes, it is. Yeah, peak privilege, man. They're vegans. They're like, well, we got to bring the vegan food, but why they had like a bunch of illegal fireworks? Come on, you guys were the Riot Kitchen, but Riot Kitchen, not Peaceful Protest Kitchen. They're called the Riot Kitchen.
And they were shooting fireworks at people, right?
No, I didn't hear any.
Not these people. That's what they've been doing over the last month or two.
Well, in Portland, yeah. So I mean, they had these fireworks, these mortars in the caravan. So clearly they were trying something. Boom, they dropped the hammer, brought in the National Guard. Now all of a sudden law and order has been achieved. Thank you, President Trump, because here we got a tweet from him. Success. Since the National Guard moved into Kenosha, Wisconsin 2 days ago, There's been no further violence, not even a small problem. When legally asked to help by local authorities, the federal government will act and quickly succeed. Are you listening, Portland? I added that last little emphasis just for kicks. Well, turns out Portland was listening. Here we have a letter from the mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler, who is also the police commissioner. I don't know how that's not a conflict of interest.
What?
Did you know that?
No, that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And they've been asking him to step down for a while, and he just hasn't done it. So here you go. Dear President Trump, yet again, you said you offered to aid Portland by sending in federal law enforcement to our city. On behalf of the city of Portland, no thanks. Really? What? You've been letting your city... Okay, letting specific areas of your city burn and let people burn all this stuff. Well, what do you expect to happen next? Portland is cracking down. More than 70 face federal charges amid violence in Portland. More than 217 arrests in August, half of those in the last week alone in Portland. So Ted Wheeler's cracking down anyway. So he plays it off in this letter like, we don't need your help. We don't need your politics of division and demagoguery. Portlanders are on to you. We already have seen your reckless disregard for human life. Like, come on, with bumbling response to the COVID pandemic. Really? Really, Ted? Have you not been paying attention? Did you not know that he was trying to help everyone, that he's been bringing PPE gear all across the country consistently to all the different places that need it? Well, that's true. You can look it up yourself. If you don't believe me, Mr. Wheeler, or excuse me, Mayor Wheeler, or should I say Police Commissioner Wheeler? I don't know what you are anyway. But seriously, it's like, so I see this. They're cracking down. Finally, they're arresting these people. They say protesters gather. It's like, stop calling them protesters. They're clearly rioters if you're arresting them. So they're finally cracking down on nightly demonstrations and ramping up enforcement since federal forces scaled back their presence. So they could have done this the whole time. So this frustrates me to no end. All they wanted to do was blame Trump. That is it.
You know what's really gross is in Wheeler's letter. The first thing he says, in the third paragraph, is, we don't need your politics. It's politics for him. This is a political game.
Yes, nailed it. Yeah, exactly. It's all about politics. It's an election year. We need to have as much stuff that we can blame the president on, because that's the only thing that they can do. They can't beat him in a straight up race. They can't beat him by just playing by the rules and just being like, let's go toe to toe. Let's go to the debates. You know, we had Pelosi who's like, well, I don't think they should even debate. Now,
was that tongue in cheek? Was she joking?
Everyone's saying, all these people that on the left are commenting on my tweet about it. They're like, oh ho, she totally got you. She trolled you guys.
You're not supposed to joke when you have that kind of power. People
No.
don't know whether to take it seriously or not.
Yeah, you're in a position of power. It's like you should be, when you say, well, don't tell anyone I said this, especially not Joe Biden, but I don't think they should even debate. It's like, what are you talking about? Where
She must
is her
be,
brain at?
Part of her must be telling the truth.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. There's part of me that really does feel that they know Biden can't go against Trump.
Oh, it would be hilarious.
Oh, it is going to be golden. As I've said multiple times, I have lots of popcorn ready and waiting. I make really good popcorn, by the way. My mom taught me well. She makes the best popcorn.
Me too. We should have a popcorn off.
Psh, you're on. You're
Corn
on.
Town.
All right. Who do you think makes the best popcorn, me or Ian?
I use grandma's recipe.
Whatever. Forget him. It's me.
I don't know who's grandma, but I saw it on the internet.
Oh no! See, you learned on the internet. No, I learned in the kitchen.
It's on
of the old ways of making popcorn in a pot.
Taste test.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're good. I'll do it. I'm down.
All right.
So yeah, that was so we're cracking down. They're finally cracking down, which is just wonderful. I'm glad to see this is at least stopping in some cities. You know, we talked about how they were rioting again in Minnesota because someone shot themselves and they blamed the police for it. And that's just craziness. So, wait, what? Seriously? Hold on. Everyone in the chat is saying Ian's going to make the better popcorn?
Oh, because I'm an alchemist.
Are you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I study all sorts of herbs.
What
and
does that have to
chemicals.
do with popcorn?
You cook with smell.
Is that it?
Yeah, when you smell something that you're cooking that's not in it yet, that's what you add.
I got to say, I'm a little disappointed in you, chat.
Plus, I looked on
I
the
thought
internet.
you guys were on my side.
The internet's got my back.
What is happening?
Don't let them get you down, Adam.
I thought you guys had my back. What? No. I'm a little sad.
I'm a cook.
I'm a little sad right now. That's okay. I forgive all of you.
Freaking shit.
It's okay. I'm not that upset. I'm not that upset. I'm a little upset, but that's all right.
Only time will tell.
All right, so listen, let's talk about the March on Washington. So today is the 57th anniversary of when Martin Luther King Jr. had the I Have a Dream speech. Iconic speech. You know, and it feels like a lot of these people that have been talking about racial justice have completely forgotten it. Honestly, it just feels like they threw it out the window and let it go and just stopped caring about what he was actually saying, because they are burning down this country. Now let's just walk. I'm just going to say a little bit. The March of Washington, or on Washington, was a massive protest that occurred in August 1963 when some 250,000 people gathered in front of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Also known as the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, the event aimed to draw attention to continuing challenges and inequalities faced by African Americans a century after emancipation. It was also the occasion of Martin Luther King Jr.'s now iconic I Have a Dream speech. And here he is there. Now, man, this is a picture of what they showed up. There was a lot of people there today. I don't know the exact numbers, but I was watching the live stream of it when Reverend Al Sharpton was speaking. I gotta say, it frustrated me to hear what he was saying. He was constantly spewing the rhetoric of what the lies were of all these, police acts of violence, when that's not what's happening. This is not the truth. He kept saying, we will not let them have our knee on our necks. Like, they're the only ones. It's like, yeah, there was a white guy that was killed last year with a knee on his neck. And then it turned out George Floyd died from fentanyl overdose. So, the narratives are twisting, and he's literally just shouting racial inequality. We are not equal. And it's like, yes, we are. We're all equals. I believe it. I believe all of us are equal. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. If you don't think you're equal, I feel like you're the one spreading that message, Reverend. And it's terrible. And and he was basically calling for violence without calling for violence. And it's ridiculous. When Martin Luther King, this is from the Hill. This is the March on Washington, a legacy lost. I'm just going to read a little bit about this. On the anniversary of the March on Washington, I am sure that a host of speakers who see themselves as the next generation of civil rights leaders and claim the mantle and moral authority of Martin Luther King Jr. Will be jostling for their time in the spotlight. Tragically, little remains of the legacy of King and other civil rights leaders who were dedicated to the pursuit of justice through non-violent means. Non-violent. King led a movement that sought inclusion by insisting that America live up to its promise of freedom and justice for all. No other single person, perhaps, suffered more for the cause of justice than King. And his life was a witness to the power of redemption, as he declared in his Nobel Peace Acceptance speech. Now I'm going to read this. This is from his speech. Violence, as a way of achieving racial justice, is both impractical and immoral. I am not unmindful of the fact that violence often brings up momentary results. Nations have frequently won their independence in battle, but in spite of temporary victories, violence never brings permanent peace. It solves no social problem. It merely creates new and more complicated ones. Violence is impractical because it is a descending spiral ending in destruction for all. It is immoral because it seeks to humiliate the opponent rather than win his understanding. it seeks to annihilate rather than convert. Now let those words sink in a little. He nailed it. This is one of the most important civil rights, if not the most important civil rights humans that I've ever known, maybe of all time, because we all are created equal, as he just said. That's what America is. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, what we've been through, what the African American community has been through, they have earned the right to be equal. And we are. They fought. He has specifically said here, and this is something that I've been saying for a while now, as soon as you go violent, your message is lost. And as he says here, it says, it is immoral because it seeks to humiliate the opponent. That's what people are doing nowadays. They're trying to humiliate you if you don't believe what they believe. And rather than win his understanding, it seeks to annihilate rather than convert. You're not going to get anybody to listen to you if you're just violent, if you're just beating them up, if you're burning down buildings. That is Martin Luther King. If you're out there violently attacking things, you need to rethink yourself and learn from this great man who's done a lot, who was for nonviolence. And that's what we need in this world. If you want to make a point, make it, but don't do it in a violent way. He made an impact. He changed the trajectory of everybody's life in America for the best way. It is incredible. We've heard his speech, I Have a Dream. Go listen to that speech again. Because if you listen to that speech and this speech, which is incredible, it's from his Nobel Prize acceptance speech. He specifically calls out violence. And it's never going to bring you what you think it's going to. So I implore you, stop being violent. Stop the violence. We got to be together. Everybody just wants to be loved. Everybody wants just to be heard. And we can do it in a nonviolent way. So thank you, Martin Luther King. 57 years ago, you had a dream. And I fully believe that dream is still attainable. So, share that. You look up his actual speech, and because it's incredible. Yeah, this violence is just wearing me down. I really can't stand it.
Yesterday I had this. I was thinking, why am I having this fantasy of coming up, someone attacking me, and me pulling out a gun and blasting them in the head? Whoa. And it was just this dark, evil, and I'm feeling this. Like I was feeling this hate yesterday.
Wow.
Why? But not. I'm not feeling it now. But I wanted to tell you. Confession. It's what the internet's all about. It's modern day religion.
Well, when you have people, I keep referencing the speech because this is the reason why you're feeling that way, because they're being violent. And I say I'm not talking about any specific race. I'm talking about the people that are being violent, period. And it could be any race, but they are being violent, trying to use violence to make you think differently.
That's what's happening.
I know. So you're being met with humiliation, annihilation. They're not coming to you to try to help you understand what they're saying. And that's what Martin Luther King was talking about here. He's saying he says right here, he says, violence is impractical because it's a descending spiral ending in destruction for all. Because violence begets violence. It just makes more people angry. It's converting more people to make it a race war. That's what they're doing.
And it seems like it's a very small minority with a lot of media focus.
You're absolutely right. The media is absolutely to blame. I'm looking at you, media. Every single time you put the color of someone's race before X man does this to X man, it's like that is the problem. We don't need that. A human is a human. A person is a person. That's it. You said this to me the other day. Go ahead. What's the statement? How do we solve racism?
Right. If you want to just refer to me as a man, and I'll refer to you as a man.
Morgan Freeman.
He's so legitimate. Morgan Freeman, Shawshank Redemption, a man on Earth.
Stop referring to the race of people. Stop it, media. You are perpetuating this problem making it a race war, making it a problem in this country. I grew up, I didn't even think about different races. I had friends of all different colors. They were all cool. There was bullies of all different color. I just thought, oh, they're a bully. I didn't connect it to, if it was a different race, they were targeting me because of my color. I was just thinking, yeah, they're just a-holes, that they're just bullies. That tends to be more the case, I feel. I don't think it's a racial thing. I think that the media, I mean, we talked about this on Timcast IRL about a month ago, about how around 2012, all of the mainstream media started using these buzzwords, and it was, racial injustice, down with the defund the police. I don't know. The list is plentiful, and there was just all these different graphs of just hockey sticking of the everything just being used over and over because it got the clicks. It got the emotional triggering of all these people that are out there that fell for it. And that's where they got their news. So this must be the case. The world must be getting racist again. Or the news media has been gone rampant and just dig deeper and deeper into this hole.
And this coincides with when they were all sort of going bankrupt. A lot of Vice was losing money.
Good point. Yep.
What is it? A lot of these online publications that were relying on inflated views. BuzzFeed was one of them. The Huffington Post. They started to see a big decline in their value.
Yep, exactly.
And shock and pain is an easy way to get someone to look. It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, that's why the police violence, all those videos of, the very few videos that had, cops beating someone up, which they exist. Bad cops are out there. I'm not trying to deny that. But you got to think, when that's all that they're sharing, that's what people think is the norm. And that is not true. It's insane to think that that's the case.
The bully fight videos. I don't know if you ever watched these on YouTube. You'll be like, bully gets beat up video. Okay. And it'll be like the bully come on, and he's picking on this little kid, and then the little kid throws some jujitsu and gives him a suplex and wins the fight, and everyone's like, yeah, and the bully's all messed up. Something I loved seeing the underdog fight back and win, and it's violence is not, I know it's not the answer, but I love MMA. I like the art of combat.
Yeah, boxing, MMA, sports, but that's in a structured environment. Two people that have agreed to fight, with medics on hand, trained fighters, prepared. Street fights could end up, someone could die.
But there's even something in about just a weak person fighting, just not taking it anymore and taking down the bully, and then the bully stops being a bully because they realize I can get hurt if I act like this.
I mean, what is that? It's like public shaming almost, right? I mean, it is. So you're, but then again, it's
like an itch.
But that's violence, though. That's going under the assumption that bully will be like, I've learned my lesson. The chances of that happening, though, come on.
Right.
That's not going to happen. That
point.
Bully's going to be like, all right, I'm going to go find a smaller person and go pick on them instead.
Interesting.
You're never going to win
over
the majority of bullies that are out there.
But getting through to them about their past, maybe letting them know they're loved. It's a longer burn, but it tends to have a more permanent impact on someone's psyche, I think.
I mean, the further down that hole of negativity, the more you get addicted to it also. Like me and Karlin Borisenko, she was on my show last Saturday, and we were talking about that, how people get addicted to being a victim even. I'm not even talking about the bullies. We're talking about being in an abusive relationship. Some people just get hooked on that. So they can't even get into a normal relationship because it doesn't feel like love that they're used to getting. So, I mean, man, violence is just, bottom line is, violence is never the answer. I can't stand it. We got to stop the violence. Please stop the violence.
And behavior is addictive, whatever it is. So there's another reason just not to start down that slippery slope and to force yourself into a more kind behavior.
Yeah.
Because that becomes addictive too.
Someone asked me on, oh man, I don't remember what platform. I've been responding to a lot of different people lately, and someone asked me, they're starting a new podcast for teenagers and younger kids that are coming into the world, and they asked me, what do you think the biggest issue is for these new generations? And I first thing out of my head, it popped in right away, misinformation. And I truly believe that, because you think about what's poor education, they're getting the wrong information, misinformation. You know, all the news media, what we were just talking about, how the racial tensions that the media is spreading, misinformation. You know, all the people are out there rioting right now, misinformation. It's all misinformation. It's people getting whatever they're hearing and going, I'm going to go with that because that fits my narrative. That keeps me upset. That keeps me able to blame the issues that I have on someone other than myself. You know,
I remember in 1992, I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
And Desert Storm came out, and it was the Iraq War, the first Iraq War.
Right.
And I was so excited for it. The media got me
Really?
so red, white, and blue, baby. We're going to save their lives. Kuwait needs our help. And we rolled in like Superman. Is what red, white, and blue, Superman, you know, Captain America. Rolled in.
You mean the oil needed our help?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. I learned 12 years later. But the media, the misinformation. I mean, I was just as a 12-year-old, and that little kids are heavily influenced by the media.
So, I mean, do you agree with me then?
Yeah.
It's misinformation.
Big time.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge.
The first thing I thought was Tinder. I think that's a big problem.
Oh, okay.
The online dating,
Random.
and I think it's making kids become overtly sexualized. Or I think Tim actually one time said that young women are dating older men on Tinder so that the young men aren't able to date anyone in their age range, which is messing people up. But then I think misinformation's better.
That's interesting that you bring that up. I mean, I feel like that's an entirely different subject. And Tim and I, we talked about the issues of what Tinder is ruining relationships and things nowadays. And then actually Dr. Carlin and I talked about relationships as like a younger generation being more focused on being in a relationship than even figuring out what they're going to do for their lives. Or, you know, it's like it's more important to find their significant other. And it's Disney movies. Every single Disney movie, the main character, guy or girl, finds their loved one. And that's it. During the story, they meet someone and then live happily ever after. And that's like, I mean, almost every single movie, you know, not even Disney. Think about all movies. There's always a bad guy and there's always the love of your life. So in reality, you have to find someone to blame. You can't blame yourself because this is what we've been taught. And then you have to find your loved one because this is what we're taught. So now you think about Twitter, or not Twitter, what is it again?
Tinder, Bumble,
right.
OK
Tinder,
Cupid.
Bumble, like all these online dating.
Plenty of Fish.
You don't get you don't understand the magnetism of a person in reality. It's an online perspective, an online persona that anyone can shift and put the right pictures to make themselves look different. Like I've got many pictures online. I was modeling for a long time, and a lot of my pictures I look so different. I could shave, I can have a big beard, I can pull my hair back, I could let my hair down, I could morph.
Lighting.
Anyone can do this. And you don't. I met my wife in real life. I was working at a store. We met and we hit it off immediately. It was magnetic, and I felt the energy from her. You know, and you can't get that online. So, you know, it's people are swiping thousands or hundreds of names, right? That's basically what it is. You just keep going and try to find someone that you're attracted to, but then you don't even know if you're actually really attracted to them. And then attraction aside, are you going to get along with them? Are they going to piss you off? I mean, and then people spend more time trying to swipe to find the right person than they do setting up the future, because we are so comfortable.
And
aren't we?
I got into Tinder in 2012 as an experiment.
Okay.
Bill and I were like, hey, let's just try it out. It's fun, because we were like doing social media. We were building the Minds app. We were like, we have a swipe thing on the Minds app where you could like find your subscribers by swiping.
Okay.
And so I was doing some market research and really got into it. And I would find that I would swipe so many girls that I would swipe a girl and it would be a match, but rather than message her, I would keep swiping to see how many matches I could get. And it became less about the connection than about the dopamine
Of I connected with someone else.
Someone else likes me. Someone else likes me.
Well, that brings in now all of social media. That's what everyone's addicted to now. They don't even care about real relationships anymore. They don't call their mother. They don't call their grandmas. Like I talked about Facebook for a while on Twitter when I was having this Facebook fallout with all my, I want to say friends, but they really weren't, because they instantly demonized me because I admitted I was voting for Trump, or I announced it, not admitting it like it was like a problem to admit. But it's like you think about Facebook, and then all these. I had someone hit me up. They're like, "Well, why did you unfriend me?" Because I didn't want to see you and your ridiculous friends bombard my page and your page with terrible memes. That's like all I saw was just memes and memes and memes of anti-Trump rhetoric, and I was like, all right, look, I'm sick of this. I can't do this anymore. It's someone I don't hang out with. I'm not actually friends with them in real life. Like, at least I don't converse with this person. I haven't in many, many years. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut all these people out, keep my friends and family, the friends that I actually talk to, that I actually really are in my close circle. And one thing stood out. They said to me, I'm shocked after all these years that you don't want to be my friend anymore. And what stood out to me is we haven't talked in years and years and years. There was no connection, but the disconnect of Facebook suddenly is what proved whether or not we were actual friends in real life. Now, if I saw this person, I would hang out. I have nothing against this person. It's like, but I don't hang out with them in real life. But it was this weird connection that Facebook is what defined us having an actual friendship in real life. And it's like, I could delete my Facebook and I don't care. I'm still going to converse with my friends. I really don't use Facebook that often. I have been using it more often because I have a fan page that I used to use a lot, and now I'm starting to use more now that I'm branching off on my own show. But it's an addiction, though, to these people. They think that it's such a reality, social media, the clicks, the likes, the friendship. Like you said, it's not even about making a connection anymore. It's about knowing that, someone else swiped on me and there is a connection. That's all I need. I don't even want to connect with you. You just liked me and now I liked you, so I got a little dopamine kick. That's all I came for. That's all I want. 1,000 people liked this post of mine. I'm so ecstatic, And it's weird because I fall victim of it myself. I enjoy, all of you every single day, all of you show up to watch me. And every single day I get a little dopamine kick. No joke. From you guys showing up for me right now. Like, this is amazing. There's over 6,000 people right now hanging out. And it's amazing. I love it. But is it, but this is my job now. So it's kind of like, it's good that I enjoy my job coming and bringing to you guys the news and my viewpoint on things. But when it becomes an addiction, when it becomes a problem, like you were just saying, you weren't even connecting with people. You just wanted to get the dopamine kick of connecting. I feel like I'm actually doing a service, but I'm getting a kick out of it. So it's a good balance. When it becomes imbalance, where you're not even connecting with them, you're just swiping to get a connection with someone and keep moving. I don't even talk to them. I just keep trying to connect with more people, trying to get more likes, trying to manipulate the algorithms to get as many followers as possible. That's an issue that we...
Yeah, I'm having like a physiological reaction to it. So I can imagine like an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old on Facebook, how many... It says the word friends.
Yep.
And how many you can get in your book, in your corral. How many can you corral into your digital, animal pen?
Yep, exactly.
But what's a real friend? Someone that you hang out with. When I grew up, it was I would go over to Steve's house and play Sega Genesis at night. He was funny. My friend.
I had a friend named Steve that I would go play Super Nintendo, though.
Tedeschi?
No.
Different Steve.
Different Steve.
What up, Steve?
Steve Salmons. But What up, Steve? Shout out to all the Steves out there.
Hey, yo.
How you doing, Steve?
Steve-o.
No, but you know what? You make a good point. Because I'm talking about someone my age. That's my perspective, right? So when you think about how kids these days are getting these devices at 10, 8, I have nieces and nephews that have a cell phone and they're 8 years old. They've got Facebook. There was a study that asked Chinese children, what do they want to be when they grow up? You know what the answer was?
YouTuber?
Astronauts.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, now you can guess what the American kids want to be.
And Canadians, YouTubers.
YouTubers. Influencers, actually.
Influencers.
They want to be They want to be famous. It shifted in the 90s. I remember being a kid. Like a lot of people, that was their dream. I wish I could be famous. I wish I could be well known and liked. And when I talked about being a YouTuber, for one, I didn't want to be a YouTuber. This was not my plan. I just kind of stumbled upon it. Tim called me one day and said, "Hey, you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. Sure, whatever." But I have a lot of history under my belt. You know, I was international, a model. Like I was very successful. I traveled around the world doing it. And then I was very successful as a pro skateboarder for a long time. And that's what my life was. And then I was a very successful teacher. I was teaching as a skate school in New York, and that's how I made my living. And it was wonderful. So I have a lot of stuff under my belt. So we got these 8-year-olds that are getting addicted to having 100 subs, 200 subs. They're like, "Whoa, I'm getting so hyped on it." And then that's all they want to do. They have no history under their belt. You know, you got to have something to give. Like think Tim, for example. He's been doing it for 10 years, nonstop, continuously doing the news over and over and over again. And that's why he's so knowledgeable about the news. Now that's why he just hit 1 million subs, because he's got history of being a reporter or a news reader, I guess would be more accurate.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Used to be more reporting.
Vice, yeah.
He was a reporter. Now he's just kind of a news commentator.
Documentationist.
Yeah, I guess that would be accurate. But I think the problem is we know that the human brain doesn't stop growing until about 23. You know, so we are having these kids, like we don't know the long-term effects of the blue light of screens on the brain, if it's restructuring the way that the brain grows, or even just because we did the deep dive on Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
Remember when we talked about his father, Fred Trump?
Yeah.
Donald Trump's father was 12 when his dad, who ran the business, died. Donald Trump's grandfather. And his grandfather died in the 1918 influenza. And so Fred Trump was 12. There was no computers. Literally all he did was work. He just went to work, and that's it. So all he knew was work. So now we have this new generation where that's not the case anymore. We grew up in the internet era. I mean, you're a little older than me, right? So
yeah.
You kind of saw it kind of evolve, you know.
So interesting.
And I feel like I was kind of right on the last bit. I was born in '84, so I still saw click TVs, black and white TVs were still kind of phasing out, you know, around my
time.
time.
You have to turn the channel to 43. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, there was
All
like
our TVs
the bigger and then the fine-tuned one.
Rotary phones.
Rotary phones. Yeah, I remember those days, you know. I actually had to remember my friend's phone number as a kid.
Yeah, I had a phone number book that I would
used
write
to
all
do
my
that.
friends in.
I don't know
Same like
anybody's
my Facebook.
number anymore. I hit the name, I type in the name, and then that's what it is, you know. And now, so we're slowly shifting. Well, and actually, I would have loved to talk about Elon Musk's new Neuralink.
Oh, yeah.
But it was at 6 p.m. my time, so I wasn't able to watch his. I don't know what is new information.
All right.
I was going to talk about it today. I'll probably talk about it on Monday because he has a new update. I don't know what it is. He's probably talking about it right now. I really am excited about it. So, but you think about what that is. We're integrating computers into our brains, which is, I know you're kind of excited, aren't you?
Yeah, I need this.
You want it.
I want it so bad, Adam.
What is it about it that excites you so much?
The whole reason I got into YouTube in the first place was because I used to get these great ideas, and I would want to remember them, so I would try and write them down, but I couldn't write fast enough. My thoughts would be happening faster than my writing, so I started recording on voice and speaking, and I could speak about as fast as my thoughts, but I still can't type as fast as my thoughts.
Interesting.
Once I get that machine hooked up, I'll be able to have 6 programs open and record one brain diatribe here and another one while I'm listening to music and a video over here, and just get like 6 times the work done.
Interesting. You clearly have it planned out. So you're really excited about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited about it too. And I have I mean, I had a conversation with Michael Lane, who you introduced me to. Really cool guy today. He's going to be a guest on the show in the next few weeks. And we were talking about the future of space travel and what that means, where we're going. It's going to be a really awesome guest. I can't wait to have him on. And we're going to talk about it. But yesterday we were talking about 3D printing molecules. We're literally in the age of the beginning of Star Trek. To put it as simply as possible. It's crazy to think about.
When you have like a molecular printer strapped to your wrist and you think about what you want and it prints it for you.
Yeah.
It's going to on the fly as you're
yeah. Wow. I mean, it's crazy. It's really insane to think about. So that's awesome. I mean, and you know what? Let's get into this other article that I've had. This is really kind of crazy. It's about a space submarine. All right, so it says a submarine could explore seas of huge Saturn moon Titan. The sub could be ready to launch in the 2030s. So look, here's a mock-up, I guess. All right, and Titan's moon has oceans of methane and I guess ethane also. Let's read about it. It says a submarine could explore alien seas just a few decades from now. Researchers have been crafting a concept mission that would send a submarine to Saturn's huge moon Titan, which sports lakes and seas of liquid hydrocarbons on its frigid surface. Such a mission, if approved and funded by NASA, could be ready to launch in the 2030s, potentially paving the way for even more ambitious submarine exploration down the road, the concept's developers have said. We feel that Titan's submarine is kind of a first step before you go to Europa or Enceladus, I think that's how you say it. I think that is. Enceladus submission. Stephen Olson of NASA's Glenn Research Center in Ohio said last month during a presentation with the agency's Future in Space Operations Working Group, Europa and Enceladus, moons of Jupiter and Saturn, respectively, both harbor huge oceans of liquid water. Oh, I didn't know that this one, they both had liquid water. But these two bodies of water are buried under ice shells that would therefore be tougher to drop a sub into than Titan's surface seas. Oh, here, we got a little video of it going under the methane ocean. Can you see it?
Yeah, was that like a solar sail?
Interesting. Look, we've got some sonar going on. That's kind of sweet. This thing looks awesome. Yeah, I guess that would be like a way to collect. Oh, it's straight up like a mohawk. I wasn't expecting that.
Is this manned?
Probably not. No, I doubt it.
Drones?
Yeah, full-on drone. And you think about our drone software, it's getting really insane.
Yeah.
So
Avatar.
let's read a little bit more about it. It says, at 3,200 miles wide, Titan is the second largest moon in the solar system. The only one larger is Jupiter's Ganymede, which has Titan beat by just 75 miles. But the size isn't all that makes Titan special. For example, the giant moon is the only world beyond Earth known to hostile stable bodies of water on its surface. Those seas and lakes of liquid methane and ethane, some of which are bigger than North America's Great Lakes. In addition, Titan's thick atmosphere likely hosts complex chemistry involving organic molecules, the carbon-containing building blocks of life as we know it. As a result, many astrobiologists view Titan as a promising potential abode for life, suggesting that native organisms could be swirling in the moon's air or swimming in its lakes or seas. Those swimmers would be very different from anything that exists here on Earth, given that they would be making a living in liquid methane or ethane rather than water. Titan's surface is far too cold for water to remain liquid, but the scientists think that the moon hosts a salty sea of the stuff deep underground, like the Enceladus, Europa, and a number of other solar system bodies. It's therefore possible that Titan hosts two completely different and separate ecosystems, a surface world of strange life that overlies a realm of more familiar to us, water-reliant organisms. So that's really cool. The steps that we're taking as far as space travel goes, and there's some things that I spoke about with Michael Lane that I can't actually speak about publicly anyway yet. But it's very exciting, the future of space travel, and it's real. And then Sunday, actually, Elon Musk and SpaceX are doing their next test with the Starship, It's going to be really cool. I think they did a 50-meter test. Now they're going to do a 150-meter test just for it to launch up and land. So it's very exciting stuff that we're seeing the beginning of a new era. And it's crazy because you think about how exciting that sounds while at the same time America's burning right now.
It's amazing.
There's all these cities that are just riots, and
maybe it had to be this way. Maybe it's just part of the function of evolution. You know, like the chrysalis evolving into the butterfly. It goes into this thing, and then it breaks out, and I don't know if it's painful when it sprouts wings, but you know, it almost destroys itself to become something new.
Yeah, that's a good point. Or maybe does it destroy itself? You know, is it destruction, or is it just evolution?
Technically not destruction, but there is a function of evolution where in the tide pool, a bunch of organisms horizontally will come together, and if that area of the tide pool becomes hostile to life, they'll form into a group, and then part of it will break off and go up above where the hostile deoxygenated environment is.
Really?
So the rest of it will die off, like the shell of what it used to be will die, and this new organism will
where's this?
elevate. This is in the ocean, in water, in like
anywhere,
ancient tide pools.
anywhere
It was
that
just
there's
a function
an
of like
acidic
micro.
spot?
Yeah, if the ocean will get too acidic.
Interesting.
This is like how microorganisms would evolve.
Oh, okay. Wow. No, that's interesting.
And it's kind of what we're doing as humanity, you can think of, I think, in a way.
Yeah. We're getting a little too acidic here and trying to
literally. I mean, pollution is causing
the
pH of the atmosphere to
true.
De-escalate.
Yeah, well, we gotta figure something out. So that was our subjects for the day. I mean, wow, we actually went long. Normally, I try to just keep it to about a half hour, 40 minutes as far as subjects goes. But we started talking about social media and the effects there. So I feel like that was a whole other subject. So I'm gonna get into some super chats, and then we're gonna play some music because it's Friday Night Jam. Friday Night Jam night.
Yeah,
love jamming for you guys. So we're gonna play some songs later.
Let me give a little shout out to the like button that you smashed.
Did you hear that?
Smash.
I don't know if you heard that. What did you say?
Button. You're gonna want to.
Oh, he's putting the gloves on.
Smash the F out of that B.
That's right. You heard him. You heard him here. Wait, he's prepping. Go ahead. You ready for this?
That.
Well, good. Grab the button. Grab the button.
I'm gonna want you to do.
There's only one thing we need you to do right now.
Do a solid.
And that's smash that like button. Smash it. Look at this. Oh, look at he's getting into it. Closing his eyes.
We don't have a punching bag in the house.
No.
Technically.
We do have a punching like button.
So I'm going to do it.
But
Hit it.
Yeah, smash that like button. Smash it good. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., I'm going to be doing a deep dive into Karl Marx. We're talking about his life. It's going to be really interesting. Next week, Monday through Friday, I do a show at 6:30 p.m. Usually it's about an hour. Sometimes I go over. With a hard stop at 8, I don't want to go over Timcast IRL. So, yes, and share the message, please. It really helps when you guys spread the message, the good word, if you will, of the Adamcast IRL show. You can follow me at Adam Crigler on all my different channels, Parler, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, pretty much everything. You can also check out my website, adamcrigler.net. All my skate videos are in one place. You can watch me skate there. You can watch all of these videos that go up on my YouTube channel there also. A little bit of about me. You can also join my fan page. It's on there. All in all, you can hit me up also. There's my email if you want to hit me up for saying hello or business proposals, anything you want to do. And you can also hit up Ian.
Yes, here we are. Ian Crossland on all the platforms. Hit me up on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter these days. So if you have things that you want us to talk about, send it to me there. And any cool stuff, I like to look.
Yeah. So there you go. Let's get into some super chats. Leonardo says, thanks for being you, Adam. Thank you, Leonardo. Thanks for being you too. Revresco, hey, how you doing? Says, hail Adam. Hope your day's going well. It's going well. It indeed is. Game Creator says, Adam, it was so nice to see you speaking at the RNC, or for the RNC. Thank you. I liked my suit. It was fun to dress up in a nice clean suit. Larry Goddard says, I am now being forced to vote for Trump due to the Democrats. My city is predominantly Republican, and I feel safe enough to sleep at night. Much love from Tim's resident sleepy army. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're voting for Trump because the Democrats, they're not doing They're not doing anything that they say they are. It's nuts. Raymond, thanks for the super chat. Beach Jedi says, the Salty Army approves. Keep it up, boss. Salt shaker. Superman, hey, glad you made it. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Superman's mom. She had to put her dog down today, and she runs an elderly care facility, so you can imagine how sad she is right now. And we can't be there with her because of her job. Well, that you know what? Shout out to Superman. If he wasn't scared of green rocks, his mother, it's always sad to put down an animal. We were just talking actually before the episode about connecting with animals is really an amazing thing. So it's really sad that she had to put her dog down. So shout out to Superman's mother. This is a dedication for you. I hope you're having a wonderful rest of your day. I know it's always difficult. Mr. Laxative says, hello, Adam. If you like long speeches, check out the one that Theodore Roosevelt gave immediately after he was shot. 84 minutes long. He was totally the most manly as a president in history. I don't know that speech. Do you know about that one?
No, I haven't heard it.
Your smile.
Teddy's
you're like,
incredible.
You're like, man, I want to watch
speeches.
that. Yeah, I'll check that out.
It was like
Sounds
right
good.
at the beginning of recorded audio.
Oh,
so
interesting.
Teddy's like one of the original OG.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's so cool.
Yeah, well, right on. Larry Goddard again says, Adam Crigler / Jocko Willink 2024. I don't even know who Jocko is.
Oh, you should check him out.
Is he a
He's Navy
podcaster?
SEAL. Yeah,
Oh,
podcast.
oh, okay.
Phenomenal human being.
All right on. Well, thank you. If you're putting me on the level with as Ian just put it, phenomenal human being. Appreciate that. Garrett says, Crigler 2024. Nice speech, Adam. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Graf Fontiro, how you doing? This past week was a strong statement from Trump and the RNC. Meanwhile, it is clear that the Democrats have become so carbonized that I cannot let this pass so easily. You've said it. You said it perfectly. You're absolutely right. The RNC was super optimistic. The DNC was so negative and just anti-American, where the RNC was like, let's be proud to be American. James Scott says, God bless you. You're looking for logic where there is none. I'll always look for the logic, you know. There's always a logical reason why someone does it. As emotionally as they get, that tends to be the logical answer then, you know. There's always logic somewhere. Darun Albin says, cannot watch 3/4 of your show not uploaded. Oh, what? I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I mean, we seem to be live.
Maybe it's the other shows.
The other shows. Well, if you want to see the full live shows, go to my channel, Adamcast IRL at YouTube, and you can go to playlists and then go to live shows. I don't have them listed publicly, just so it just stays as the clips that I post up, but you can still check out the live shows if you'd like in the playlist. So maybe that'll help you out. Captain or CP Train says, when Gotham is in trouble, they light up the Kyle signal. I wonder, have you seen the new Gadsden flag?
No.
It's the Kenosha flag now. I'll show you afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It's basically, you know the Gadsden flag though,
No.
right? Don't tread on me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now it's don't tread on me, but instead of the snake, it's a picture of him on the ground with
my gosh.
his AR. Yeah,
Wow.
it's an
We've
interesting.
entered a new era.
We certainly have. Alan Poe says Bowser is a male feminist. No wonder he is so desperate for the princess. It all makes sense. Nice. Calderwell says, how do you think the mayor felt about Trump 2020 fireworks? I'm sure that mayor has crazy TDS, so probably hated the Trump fireworks. Daltron says, Adam, you should really do a deep dive on Yuri Bezmenov. I know, and I am. I'm going to do a deep dive on Yuri Bezmenov. It is coming. It's on the list. It's actually Karl Marx, which is tomorrow, 8 p.m., and then Yuri Bezmenov, which is the next deep dive. But I have a few guests, actually. Pretty much all of September, I have guests booked for my Saturday show. So I'm really excited and super grateful for these guests that are going to be rolling in. It's really, really cool people talking about important stuff. CGM says they don't care what he did. They are paid to get those idiots riled up. You're absolutely right. That's the only reason. Follow the logic, which often just means follow the money. You know, they go hand in hand, basically. Joe Biden's dentures. We have a special super chat from Joe Biden's dentures. Rand Paul spends his vacations doing charity eye surgery in impoverished nations. Antifa throw their feces at people, literally. Do you see that they did that?
No.
Yeah, they were filling up balloons with poop.
That's like the oldest
and
trick in the
and
book.
throwing them.
Monkeys from back when before we evolved. That's like,
It's crazy.
wow.
Haley says, combo team, please have Ian on more often.
Hey,
Yeah, people like you,
I
Ian.
like it.
Friendly Neighborhood Sawyer says, Joe's convention speech had higher ratings than Trump's re-election speech. Think this has any weight for Joe, or could there be other reasons? Big fan. I think it's because this is the thing. Ready? People on the left only watch things on the left. People on the right watch everything.
Like this show.
I was watching it.
I was watching. I was on this
I
show
was one of
instead
those people
RNC
watching his
last
speech.
night.
Yeah, so it's like that makes sense. The people on the left weren't watching Trump's speech. They don't watch anything but the stuff on the left. So it makes perfect sense to me. Joe Biden had everybody looking at him, which was 21 million. Trump had just the people on the right and maybe the people in the middle looking at him.
Last night.
And it was 20 million.
Crowder had a show on at the time.
Yep.
Jeremy Hamby had a show on at the time.
My
You had a show on
my speech was premiering online.
Your speech went live.
That's just like I could compete with the president, but anyway, it was fun. But I think that is what explains that. Milk Me says, "Good day, big fella. Greetings from down under, mate. Love watching you and smashing back some bush shook tinnies getting smashed." Like, I hope that I don't know what I just said there,
hardcore.
but and enjoy the show, mate. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you down under. Hopefully, you're not in the crazy Melbourne area where they're cracking down like some true fascism going on over there.
But in the bush.
Oh, is that what he says?
I don't know. I hope so.
It seems like maybe back in the bush. I don't know. Sounds good. Crocodile D was actually one of my favorite
Dundee
movies.
with his
Crocodile
machine.
Dundee.
Yeah, it's a night. I still haven't been to Australia. Have you been down there?
I haven't been
I
down
want to
there.
go.
Yeah, I haven't
What an
been down there.
amazing
Nisha's
country.
been down a few times. She loves it.
Wow.
Mr. Vodka Shows says, it's all the Botox injections that have been affecting Pelosi's brain. Did you see her when she said, I don't think Biden should debate? She had this like tick. She was like, I don't think he should
Oh, freakish.
debate. And it was
Ugh.
like, ugh.
She's so past her prime.
Ugh. It was, it was
Why is she
freaky.
still in office?
Yeah, it was freaky.
People vote for what they know, which is like,
Yeah,
come
maybe.
on,
I don't know.
learn something new.
Alan Poe says, popcorn supremacists.
Yes.
Love your work, Adam. Man, Scott says $5 on Ian popcorn.
All right. The bet is on.
No offense. Nice speech, though.
Garlic powder.
Thanks
See,
for
are
the
you
speech.
talking post pop or just in the pop itself? Because post pop, I'll do a little white wine vinegar, garlic powder, maybe a little oregano, and then some salt.
I'm not giving
fluff
you
it around.
I'm not giving you my secrets.
Pre pop, it's about the heat. You want to.
Don't listen to this guy. No. Stop. No.
I'll give you the
This is my
secrets.
show. I get to do that. All right. No. How does that feel, huh?
It feels really good.
Oh, it feels good?
yeah.
And
I
try
feel
6
like
months
I'm
of it.
alive. Yes.
Renata said, you've got to film the popcorn cook-off. Show him your power, soy Jesus. Thank you, Renata. See?
Deep dive on
there
corn.
we go. No. This is my time right now. All right? Thank you, Renata. I appreciate that. Where were we? Chuck Morris says, we need a debate. Beanie versus vegan Jesus. Winner gets the like pillow. Hulk hands allowed. No. That like pillow is mine. You can smash it, but it's mine.
Okay.
Micah says, is sedition against the law? If so, why is it not being used against the media? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
It's a slippery slope.
Yes, it is. Christian says, Google Doodle showing a Dumas as a black man. I don't know what that is, but okay. I
Should I do that now?
I don't know what that even means. What is Google Doodle?
Or maybe
Is that a thing?
search doodle on the internet?
Robert R. says, Adam now knows what it feels like to be Hillary Clinton in 2016. # not your popcorn. I make better popcorn.
Here, wait. I'm looking at Alexander Dumas. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
This is funny.
Did someone just crap talk my popcorn?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
No, I feel like I'm the one that's being thrown balloons filled with poop at. Anyway, John Hoyle says, no. And then thumbs up. So that's directed towards you, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm just clear. He didn't
John.
specify, but I'm just making assumptions. KOT says, Criggs, seeing your RN speech was great. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I worked hard on it with a buddy of mine who is an amazing speechwriter. Julian says, people like Sharpton encourage folks to harbor an inferiority complex. Weak minds are malleable minds.
I got mixed feelings on Al Sharpton. I don't know how you feel about him. I feel like he's an outspoken, maybe in the wrong way. Like he says stuff like he's pushing the narrative, racial divide, things like that. But I feel like he's done really good.
Like what?
Things like to bring a spotlight to racial injustice.
Like what?
Over the last 30 years.
Where? What racial injustice?
I don't know. I can't,
exactly.
I'd have to find something.
No. That's it. You don't know. Unless you have specific examples, how can you have that opinion?
What is he irreverent? He's
How can you have that opinion of him if you don't even know what he's done?
Yeah.
So that's just an assumption that you're making because that he's been put on this pedestal. No, I don't put people on pedestals. I need the receipts. I need to be proven. That's why I don't like Joe Biden. It has nothing to do with President Trump. If Joe Biden was going up at anyone, I would have very strong issues against him because he's terrible. Al Sharpton has been pushing the racial divide for many, many years, going back before Obama. Watch the Uncle Tom film. It's an incredibly informative film that you can watch. Check it out if you haven't seen it. UncleTom.com. It's an incredible film, and it talks about Al Sharpton, about how he's not. Man, it's a mess. But but look it up.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna say that, like, I think he's done a lot of good
from
things.
the 80s, I was brainwashed into thinking he was he fought for the African American in the 80s and 90s growing up.
So
I don't have
what is it?
specifics
Because I would
exactly.
like to know that.
Yeah.
I'm not calling you a liar or anything, but I just know
You're just
that's
shaking me out of my brainwash.
That's the influence that they have. That's the influence that now he's like watching him speak during the day today was tough because he kept pushing this. We are not going to stop fighting, and it's like, why do you need to fight? Why are you're condoning this violence that they're doing? And when we just talked about Martin Luther King, about how he was so against violence, as soon as you get violent, your message is lost.
This
period.
metaphor of fighting got popular about 2013. They'd start like Elizabeth Warren used to, we're going to fight for our thing, and we're going to fight, and we're going to fight. And I'm like, who are you fighting? Why do you want to fight?
Yeah, why? What's this violence? What is that going to do? It's not going to fix anything. Exactly. So, sorry to come down on you hard there, Ian.
You hit me with it.
See, he appreciates it, all right? He appreciates it.
Take the pain.
All right, let's see. Where were we here? Judas Romo says, as a vegan, what are your thoughts on Dr. Harvey Kellogg Flake's original purpose? I don't know anything about. Can you write that? Dr. Harvey Kellogg Flake's original purpose. I don't know. I don't know what their original purpose is. So maybe we'll get back to you when he looks it up. Trooper says, did you see yourself speaking at the RNC a year ago? You red-pilling process was surreal. All the way to the RNC podium. That's a wild ride. No way. I had no clue. If someone were to told me a year ago that I was going to be making a speech for the RNC, speaking even right now in front of thousands of people on a platform every day, talking about politics, politics of all things. Granted, I play music in front of you guys too, but I would have thought you guys were crazy. Someone told me that. You figured it out? What is it?
It looks like Kellogg's cornflakes were invented to prevent people from pleasing themselves.
Seriously?
Yes.
What does that have to do with being a vegan, though?
Shout it out. I'll fire you over this article.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I don't understand, Judas Romo, why being a vegan would have anything on the Kellogg flakes. I don't even understand how that...
We should look into that.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Weird.
Well, we don't have too much time left, so I'm going to keep moving, but that's pretty funny. JD says, you should look up the Battle of Athens, Tennessee, give the rampant governmental corruption in these Democratic-controlled cities and the threat of voter fraud. It's an interesting and very relevant history lesson, to say the least. I don't know anything about the Battle of Athens. You want to check that out?
Yeah.
All right. Jeffrey says, based MLK Jr. Absolutely. What a boss. We need to listen to him more. Hey, it's IB Rippenham. What's up, buddy? Longtime fan of the Timcast IRL show. It is an honor to read your super chat, IB Rippenham. Fartin' Luther King was right. No more rioting. Make America fart again. All right, moving on. Biker Bob says, well said, hippie. Well, all right. I don't know. Am I even a hippie? I think you're... Really?
21st century hippie, yeah.
All right.
I think we both might be. I think we both are.
Okay. I think you're definitely more hippie than me.
Definitely.
But I guess I'm pretty hippie.
I think you're a hippie.
There was someone in the comments of my speech yesterday. Someone hit me up. They were like, "You have the heart of a liberal and the mind of a conservative."
What a great comment.
And I was like, "That's pretty true."
That's powerful.
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm right in the middle, but like I want the best for everyone. So it is pretty accurate.
George
and I
Washington,
love that.
man, he was very against political parties.
That's true. He was. That's true. And it's funny. Sweden has a bunch of different parties, and I like that. I like that anyone could have the right message. You don't have to fit in one specific, rigid, structured system. Who knows? Who knows where the future is going? But we'll see. Eric Crisis says, "Oh no, he's slowly morphing into Tim. Rolled up sleeves is just another step." I mean, that had a good way, by the way. Well, you know what? I just was wearing like this white shirt, and you can't really wear white. It doesn't show as well. So I just threw this on. And it's nice, clean shirt. I like this.
I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt from yesterday.
Well, I'm not judging you.
Animal.
They might judge you.
Don't judge me.
The internet is forever.
Judge me with love.
Max Lang says, "Adam, your show is getting better. I wish you well." Thank you, Max. I appreciate you. I am getting to the flow of things, trying to say less and,
Sounds great.
and like less.
I like it.
But I like it also.
Like this
Smash
video.
that like button. Or like the like button.
Like that
Biden the button.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, that was a little creepy. Brian says, "Ian is greater than Lids. He's Garth to your Wayne." Dope. All right.
What up, holler?
I'm inclined to agree.
Hey, greater's relative. You can't. People are just so vastly different, and we all have better and worse aspects than each other. But thanks.
Very, very patriotic of you, or
Thank you.
just quite nice. You're quite nice there. Julian says, "I believe race is demographic, not a community." Okay. I still think it's okay to just be American. It's interesting because, I have a European wife, and we talked about how, "Oh, well, you're Swedish." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm Swedish." She's like, "Oh, cool. You can speak Swedish?" "Well, no." "Oh, you're from Sweden?" "No." "Oh, well, then you're American." And like, that's how everyone over there does it. Like America, we've split ourselves into, "Oh, well, I'm part German and part Irish and part this and this. So I'm actually," no one just says they're American.
Yeah.
And like, that's kind of an issue. We just got to be Americans. I'm American. That's what I'm going to say from now on. "Oh, what is your demographic?" "I'm American."
South American?
American.
Oh, North American.
American.
That's where it gets confusing too. Amerigo Vespucci was that Italian guy
Come
that
on.
they named the continents after.
Semantics.
And it's the United States of Mexico also.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
USM
Yeah, I guess.
in the USA?
Isn't that interesting?
Oh, well, now it's Mexico, it's Canada.
What do you call it?
All the South American countries are different now, and we're America. It's pretty distinct. Like, I am America. I am American. You are America. We all are.
United States
Anyone who lives
of
here
America.
is what America is.
Is
Anyway, that's great.
United.
Nate says, "Have you looked into Chris Ann Hall yet?" No, but I did start following her. I'm going to remind myself again because people keep trying to get. I think you might be keeping to try to get me to check her out. She has a YouTube channel that I just haven't seen yet. So, yeah, the constitutional attorney. I have checked her out. I haven't listened to any of her stuff yet, but I've got it up and I'll check it out now. Darth Soldier says, "So Bowser is a villain, true since 1985.
But then became like a hero
Accurate.
if you play Mario Kart or some of the newer Mario
How?
games. Because every villain's got a heart.
All right, whatever. Happa says, Martin Luther King Jr. was beyond exceptional when it came to unity of people of all races. Yes. Do you get people to walk alongside you and not left behind you? It's about talking and understanding each other, not internet shouting or literal shouting as we're seeing now. People are like last night at the RNC, people were literally shouting at anyone walking away from the White House. It was terrible. It's like people demonize. I just found out from a good buddy of mine that like his family and my family have been friends for a long time. His sister has basically disowned me. I didn't know this. I haven't talked to her in a while, but she I've been disowned, I guess, because I'm voting for Trump. And that is such a problem. It's like, just because I've made a political choice doesn't mean my character, my heart, my morals have changed. Like, it's ridiculous how much they have weaponized the elections, weaponized this left versus the right, what's good, what's evil. And it's like, come on, like, it's ridiculous. So I don't know, man. Martin Luther King Jr. really proves that they're doing it wrong now. They're going about it the completely wrong way. So it's a shame. Tim Norris says mental health and dependency on others to feel self-worth is another big thing I think younger generations struggle with. Yes, exactly. You nailed it there. That's part of the problem. People are looking to relationships, getting in those relationships, and then that relationship defines who they are. So when they break up with someone, they're not just losing that some person, they're losing their whole identity of who they are because they base it all on the other person. You nailed it, Tim. That is absolutely true. So people need to understand they have to figure out who they are first. They have to have a solid base. And that goes with before you get in a relationship or before you become a YouTuber. You have to become someone first. You have to have confidence in who you are and be ready to move forward. And because if you're going to get into a relationship before you have that, you're just going to drain the other person. Because if they have themselves figured out, you're just going to drain them away, and then you're going to lose them in the long run anyway. So I feel like that's a whole nother conversation,
really
And me and Nisha actually we're working towards building up something like that because she's got a unique perspective because she's not from America, she's from Europe, so they have just a different mentality. It's interesting. Let's see, where are we? Quack Addict says, call your grandma. Yes, call your grandmother. I sent my grandma the speech that I did.
What'd she say?
She forwarded it to the whole family.
Oh,
she was very proud of me. Love you, Grandma. Political Pothead says Operation Desert Storm was approved by the UN Security Council. Unlike 2003, once Saddam retreated, Kuwait, the U.S. led the coalition, left. I don't know too much about those wars, but interesting. Goober Gabber says, I was planning on going to bed since it's midnight, then ended up here, and now I can't stop listening. Keep it up, Adam. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I appreciate your generous super chat, and I'm glad that you're hanging out with us. Larry Goddard says, Tim's my favorite, but here's $5 because what you, Tim, and a handful of others on YouTube need to keep doing what you do. Thank you very much, Larry. I appreciate that. Vasidius says, went on Facebook for the first time in 2 years. It blew my mind. People I've known since pre-K spouting verifiable nonsense. Check out your parlor. Every single line is a lie. It blows my mind. I hope a red wave can wake them up. You know what? One of the few things that you can do is just straight up talk to them and drop corrections to. That's what I've been doing. Some friends of mine still post these crazy, stupid memes that are so wrong and misinformed. And I'll just drop a correction article like, hey, by the way, here's the truth. Boom. And I don't even say anything other than that. Just drop an article.
That's what it is. Get in and out quick.
Yeah, but just
unfollow
unfollow the conversation and run away.
Yeah.
D-Lo says, I wanted to be an FBI agent. Didn't turn out that way. My 12-year-old son wants to be a YouTuber, gamer, or a famous soccer player. I'm trying to push him into game development or IT. Not a bad idea because the future of our world is very much in the internet and games. Games is, you think about game, I feel like games alone could be another subject because what is games? Games is sports that almost anybody alive can participate in. So you think about what that means. Anyone can pick up even your phone. There's phone games that you can pick up and suddenly you're on a huge stage facing off against anyone on the planet, proving that you could be the best. So it's like a game for anyone and everyone. So it's pretty incredible when you really think about what gaming is. So there's absolutely a future in gaming. That's the reason why gaming is one of the biggest streamed everything, most popular thing on the internet right now is gaming, because that's what it is. It's accessible to everybody. Everybody has a piece of the competition that has led humans to be here. The competitive spirit, wanting to be better than the next guy. That's why we're in space, because Russia shot up Sputnik and we all got freaked out. 6 months later, we had NASA, and we were making rockets.
Trump wants to have the first man on Mars
and the first woman on the moon.
That's big.
Yeah,
that's going to speed it up.
Yeah, we're making moves.
Hey, shout out to that last super chat. Your kid maybe he'll be a pro soccer player and a YouTuber, because YouTubing can supplement a lot of pros have YouTube as their outlet, and then that'll make them a more popular soccer player. They'll get bigger contracts.
There you go. There you go. Chris the Pack Rat says, addition to approval and validation, that's why so many leftists are so insecure. Also look up Heinbach and circuit bending. Very cool stuff. You're right. Exactly. When you are in a solid family, I mean the nuclear family that they're trying to rip apart, you think about what you're getting. You're getting validation. You're getting proof that you are loved. And I'm not saying that you can't get that in like a single parent home, but it's significantly more prevalent. And you get the love. You don't need to seek it elsewhere. You have that confidence. You know that you're worth it. You have, this confidence, this validation already. You already have the approval. But when you lack it, and then you start getting it in other places, that's when it turns into a problem. And you're right. All these leftists are very insecure. I just had a crazy jump. Let me just find out where we are. Oh, my. Oh, here we go. Hank says, please do a show on brain interference and MERT technology. I say be careful. If they can read your mind through policing, will be real. Interesting. Oh, thought policing will be real. Yeah. Wow. All right. Reading brain interfacing. Oh, okay. So that's the Neuralink, I guess, because if people can dig into your brain, if you're actually connected to the internet, then someone could hack into your brain and read your thoughts.
MERT is magnetic resonance therapy.
Interesting. Yeah, cool. We'll talk about that. That sounds good. Mark Y and DJ Ronnie became members. Thank you very much. Just to let you know, you can become a member by hitting the join button, and it definitely helps me grow my channel. You're supporting me directly, and I really appreciate that. M. Dastardly says, 2 kinds of people on Earth: color, gender, sexuality, preference. None of that peripheral BS matters. You're either a good person or you're not. But the good news is that people can learn to be better. It takes time, maybe a few lifetimes, but it can happen. Excuse me. You're right. That's it. You're either a good person or you're a bad person. You either want good things for everyone, or you are selfish and you don't care about other people, and you spin off into this negativity zone. And you nailed it. Color, gender, sexual preference, none of that matters. None of that should be who defines you. You should be defined by your character and what you bring. Your sexual preference, like, people make that their entire life, when it doesn't matter what your sexual preference is. Like, what is that? I don't need to know it. Like, you do you. I don't mind what you want to do, or who you want to do, rather. And just exactly. Just be a good person. Period. Leaf says, life not leaf. Long time watch, first time super chat. Thank you, Leaf. I appreciate that. Love these. A lot of first time super chatters over the past couple weeks since I started my daily show, and I really appreciate you all. You guys are fantastic. RoboChan says, Space Marines, you say. Oh, Space Submarines, you say. We are the Hootsforced. Check out the band Glory Hammer. They have space submarines for the glory of Dundee. Man, I really liked that super chat. Yeah. It was fun to read.
Hot words in there.
Thank you, RoboChan. Jord, the Canadian, says, I highly recommend Bobiverse series by Danny Taylor, audiobook especially. It's about a man that becomes self-replicating probe. A man becomes a self-replicating probe.
Whoa.
That's, all right. Sounds like a bad trip. Devin says, Chrysalis is hardened skin, bug inside is organ jelly. Ah. Yeah, I guess it is. It's like the hardened skin, and then they grow the organs grow into a new form and then break out.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah. It's great. Zool, hey, what's good? Don't know if Adam has talked about it before with the strange hole in our magnetic field that is splitting in two. Last I remember, might be something interesting to look into. You and I
That was a while
actually,
ago.
yeah, we talked about the polar shift that's happening. The North Pole is actually moving right now. We should check back on that because that was months ago when we did that episode.
We talked about the biggest hole that had ever formed, I think, at one point.
And then closed. Opened and closed
was
within
so
like
weird,
3 weeks.
right?
Really weird, yeah. But then someone the other day, what did they say? Like it was the weather was something dimming effect. Is that right? Because when we stopped all the factory, there was like a backlash. I think they called it the dimming effect. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Code Red says, good show, gents. Adam, did you ever get the guitar t-shirt or the Guitar Likes t-shirt from Woot.com I sent to Tim's P.O. Box? Attention, Soy Jesus. Rock on. I didn't, but I will ask.
The mail comes a little less frequently now because
Yeah.
we were getting so much of it.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. I haven't seen it yet. Devin Stark says, how does one become a guest or a caller on the Adamcast? I can answer all of the space questions you've been asking for the last week or so. Well, Devin, I'm very interested. Hit me up. You can go to adamkrigler.net, and there is a website at the bottom of the page, and it's, I believe, Adamcast IRL at YouTube. And when you do, just email me and let me know what you got. And because I don't know, my guests are, I only have guests on Saturdays. I don't know if I'm going to do a call-in thing. Although I just was on the Quartering last night. I joined him on his podcast. That was fun.
I love him.
And actually, I'm going to be joining Dr. Carlin B. next Tuesday on her podcast. She's got a astrology. I don't know exactly what it is.
We'll find
a
out.
star chart reader,
Oh.
and they're going to be reading my star chart.
That stuff's fascinating.
She needed my exact date of birth, my time of birth, and where I was born. And I guess they're going to do some magic, put it into the algorithms, and see what the planets mean and who am I.
How you feel about? I used to think it was bunk. Astrology, just like silly, like whatever. But then I started realizing that the way energy imprints, as depending on where the sun is in relation to the Earth, how the energy is like magnifying through the sun, it's being magnified into the Earth, and it's like arcing through the planetoids, and so it's imprinting on you when you're born. And
I totally believe in that a little bit because we're made of water. Over 70% of us are water. You think about what the moon does. The moon pulls the oceans around like high tide, low tide. You think about the amount of weight that the moon is actually. That's the ocean. It's pulling the water up and down every day as it moves around. So you think we're made of water. You know the term lunatic.
yeah,
Right? It's literally from full moons. This is a true fact. Police have increased amount of officers when it's a full moon.
whoa,
Because on full moons people go crazy. I'm dead serious. Lunatic is when it's a full moon. They're called lunatics for a reason. Because when it's a full moon, Luna, people go crazy. They got a tick.
oh, that's cool.
You go nuts. So it's pretty intense. So join me. Well, I'll talk about it because I'll still be doing my daily show, which is at 6:30, and then I think we're going to go live at 9:30 on Dr. Carlin B, and we're going to talk about it. And also, I'm going to be doing an AMA on Reddit next Friday during the day. And it's going to be really interesting. r/conservative on Reddit. I'm going to be doing an AMA about all sorts of things. It's going to be really interesting. And then I'm also joining, who else? Who's Just Informed? Let me just look at, Just Informed Talk. I'm going to be joining his podcast. And that's going to be, I'm joining all these, I'm having lots of good things are happening. I'm really excited about it. So lots of good stuff happening next week. And then I have a special guest next Saturday, Corey DeAngelis. We're going to be talking about school choice and the future of education in our country. Huge thing that I think is incredibly important. I mean, the president drops all throughout the RNC. There's been sporadic school choice. We need school choice. And I was just like, yes. And then, of course, he was getting all hyped up. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be good. Let's see. Where were we? Man Overboard says, I Google Trend to see how frequently lowest black population has been searched since the riots began. It's low frequency for the past 5 years, then a 500% spike in June. Could be people looking for a new place to live. That's really sad. I mean, and that's what, we were talking about the Martin Luther King thing. It's like when you go with violence, people don't like violence. No one wants that. Your message is lost. All they see is violence. That's it. So that's a big shame, because I don't blame skin color at all. I refuse to do that. I won't do it. And it is a shame that that's what people are doing now. Fractal says, a piece of dog poop is more entertaining to watch than the DNC was, and that's facts.
With a microscope, you might be right.
I mean, who knows, right? They didn't specify how they were going to be watching the piece of poop, but I tend to agree, though.
Scanning electron
The
microscope?
DNC was depressing.
Brutal.
Depressing. Yeah, really.
Watch it on like 2 times speed, maybe.
Yeah, no.
I'm just not touching.
No, fast depression? No, I'm good. M.A. Ling says, Crigler 2024, it's got to start somewhere. Man, a lot of people have been saying this to me for months now, actually. Months. Not even because I did the speech the other day. It's just, it's interesting.
You know how Donald Trump got his start? Reality TV.
That's, well, actually, no.
Kind of what we're doing. Well,
no, his dad was a
right.
Millionaire.
Realty mogul.
Realty mogul, and helped him get started, so.
But
you could check out the deep dive that we did about Donald Trump and learn more about that if you'd like. It's also on my channel. UJ says, hi, your show keeps me up. Just came back from the funeral my friend we assume was pushed over the edge due to COVID-19 isolation at home. Shout out to support hotline. Well, I'm very sorry to hear about your friend. That's terrible. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. That's a shame.
I went through something similar. I had a friend like that. It's really, really rough.
Yeah, it is. So definitely shout out to the support hotline. And look, if you are feeling this way, reach out, because everyone will always appreciate. I know I would if you reach out to me, email me at adamcastirl.com. Send me your story and I'll read it. I'm getting bombarded with a lot of people, but I'll try to reach out as much as I can. K-Man says, laughs a bunch, says yes to tinny smashing. Also yes to being in Melbourne. Please send help. Yeah, man, I don't know. Can you just look up what that is? Tinny smashing? I don't know what I'm even saying. Is this some sort of swear down in Australia?
Let's find out.
Too late. I'm already saying it. Johnny Valiant says, please read the excerpt from the Rittenhouse indictment. I replied to you a few times on Twitter from handle Nexar Morksar. Yeah, I saw some people talking about that. That whole story is just, it's all that's in. I don't want to go too deep into anything. I really gotta. I'm moving forward. I was awfully busy today setting up guests for my future shows and next week's program. So, but yeah, I did see that, and I'll check it out. Miraculous Ladybug says, great show tonight. Love the commentary. Good and trustworthy. Keep up the good work and smash that like button. Thank you, Ladybug. Thank you. Villarreal says, Alexander Dumas was the author of The Three Musketeers. Anyways, could you do a deep dive on Bob Lazar? You are not the first person to ask me that. Bob Lazar is, he was an insider, I guess?
Yeah, he worked at Area 51.
Area 51, yep. So he has that documentary on Netflix. You see it?
Yeah, he did a Rogan podcast.
It's interesting.
Too.
I mean, I watched it. There's really...
I think he was fed misinfo, personally.
That makes more sense.
They want to make him look crazy if he ever came out. They told him about Zeta Reticuli and Element 151, I think, which were these two buzzwords that he ended up saying out loud, and people now are calling him a fool. They're like,
we got you.
But
you're crazy now.
I do think he worked there and saw some electromagnetically powered craft, aluminum craft, or some sort of, under the radar.
Yeah, maybe we'll dig into him one day. Steven says, Biden got those views because he was hiding and made people have no clue what he stands for. Trump's message has been clear for a while now, and he has seen 24/7 in the news. You're absolutely right. People wanted to know what Biden was going to talk about. That's what it was. And people from all sides. people on the left don't care what Trump has to say. They're not watching him. So I think Trump won that battle. Moiles says, do a show with Tim once in a while. Question mark? Come on, bro. A lot of peeps miss the team. If not, here's $10. Well, thank you for the $10. I unfortunately that ship has sailed. Face Lord, based Adam, take $5 for calling out Sharpton. He is a vile race-baiting degen who monetizes hate. I tend to agree with you there. Fatty Ludus says, without racism, the Reverend Al Sharpton is unemployed. He has to stoke the flames to make himself relevant and rich. Love your work. Get a Biden bear that sniffs the smaller bear. I wouldn't do that to my Trumpy bear. He's too cool. This guy's great. What? No. Why would you want to Biden this guy? No. How dare you, sir? But look at these two people. Definitely see Al Sharpton for who he is, because that's the truth. That's what I've seen really from him. You know, the more research I do, and it's like, come on, stop stoking this hate. Stoke love. That's what we need. Alan Poe says, have a hippie contest after the popcorn contest.
I'm so down.
How do you have a hippie contest?
I know one way.
What? Oh, no. Never mind. Don't answer that question. Don't answer that. We can...
light a fire.
Yeah, that's what you're going to say. Who can walk around barefoot in the store the longest?
Maybe touch the dirt. Sun gazing. Let's have a sun gaze off.
Oh, my gosh. No, you can have the hippie. You can win.
I'm there.
Because I'm going to win the popcorn contest, so... Oh. Blue Satoshi says Kellogg advocating vegetarianism, not veganism. He also was a part of early Seventh-day Adventist Church. If you want a lead for a deep dive, interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything about Kellogg.
I sent you a link about
as a person. Oh, okay, yeah. So, thank you. Chuck Morris says nice Canadian tuxedo. This is not jeans. This is just wait. Who's wearing a? No, I don't see anyone wearing a jean. I don't know.
Is it this corduroy, this plaid
Nice
thing?
try, Chuck Morris.
Oh, you got a jean shirt on.
Oh, I just lost where we were. My goodness. St. Miles. Hey, what's good? How you doing? I tell people that I'm a legal American citizen. Short description is I'm an American. You know what? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to start saying whenever, what nationality are you? I'm American. Yeah, well, what nationality are you? I'm American. That's the answer.
Yeah,
we got to stop letting go of this fine-tuning who we are, and it's like, no, man. Right. It's like, you ever see that pie chart where what Democrats see, and it's like white, Caucasian, black, Mexican, you know.
Yeah, it used to be Irish.
I don't know, all sorts of different whatever. And then what Trump sees, and it's just like a big American flag. Just that's like awesome. Americans.
It used to be Irish and Italian, like a lot of racial violence between Italians and Irish, and they were different races, I think, or whatever.
We are all human beings. Period.
Once we speak the same language, it's on.
Not even.
You're right.
No, not even.
It helps.
I've lived in Europe for years. Over 2 years of my life, I've lived in Europe in different places. Italy, France, Sweden. And I can tell you, I've had incredible experiences with people that do not speak English at all, because it's about the character of the heart. That's it. Everybody is a human being. Everybody has emotions. Everybody has love in their hearts. So, and regardless of race. Let's see. Duck Queen says, look into the Kalergi plan. K-A-L-E-G-R plan. I don't know what that is, but did you get that?
Yeah.
Cool. Check that out. Carnal, hey, what's good? Says, what's up, Adam and Ian? Check out Brandon Tatum of the Tatum Report on YouTube. He was in Uncle Tom documentary. Maybe you should have him on the podcast sometimes. I would love to have Officer Tatum on. He's great. I watch the Tatum Report. He's funny. He's really clear about his message, and he always has a really logical side, and I always appreciate that. So I definitely check him out. And Brandon, if you would love to come on my podcast, I would love to have you. Even if you would just like to be on my podcast, I would still love to have you. And even if you don't want to be on my channel, I would still love to have you on. So make it happen. If anyone knows him, put in a good word. Tell him, yo, Adam Crigler's got this new hot podcast. He wants you on it. Man, I've been smashing the like button. And if you were on the show, I would smash it even crazier. I'd break my screen. Yeah.
Do it like that.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Mr. G says, when people ask me what I am, I respond by asking them if they mean nationality or ethnically. Meaning nationality, I'm American. What my ethnicity is, English or Swedish, or whatever do you mean? Good question. That's it.
I start telling people first generation American.
Just
that's my ethnicity.
That's
I'm done with it.
When is American going to be an ethnicity? Right. Exactly. I'm American. I'm American. Boom. Seriously.
Yeah,
Bam.
doesn't matter what you look like.
Boom. And Nish was telling me if you move to Sweden and you become a Swedish citizen, it does not matter where you're from, you're Swedish.
Love it.
That's it. Period. You're Swedish. That's it. There's no questions. They don't question what you look like. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you become a citizen, you're a citizen. That's it. Period. And I think there's such beauty in that. Casey Lee says Trump's speech and that photo of him touching the armless gentleman's face, he can feel human connection got me fully in support of Trump and the GOP this year. That photo is going down in history. You know this photo?
No.
I got to agree, Casey. It is a beautiful photo. This, he's got no arms, so he can't shake his hand. So the president, put his hand on his cheek, and you could see the smile on his face was so genuinely happy. And man, I'm getting a little emotional just thinking about it, but it's beautiful. I appreciate the beauty that Casey nails it. It's like it's a beautiful connection that Trump, that's his true character. He may be bombastic, although not so much anymore. He's been rather presidential lately. But Casey, I definitely agree with you there. Sean Morris, thanks for the super chat there. Chuck Morris again says, if a robot takes your job, learn to fix robots. Humans, for those wondering. Suck it, Elon. Yeah, that's funny. Not a banned account says, did you sign an NDA with what's under Tim's beanie? Actually, no. At any time, I could tell you that it's just a smaller Tim Pool operating the big Tim Pool. I meant, oh no.
He didn't sign the NDA.
Man of Culture says, I've been getting into Flight Simulator 2020.
It's amazing.
It uses online data from Bing Maps and real-time weather is represented in-game. Check it out. Wow, that's crazy.
And you can fly Copilot.
I thought they stopped doing that because after 9/11, they got rid of Flight Simulator because they didn't want people to learn how to fly commercial jets.
It's back.
It's back.
It's back now, baby.
Very cool. Honestly, that sounds way up my alley.
That game, it's a Microsoft game. You got
Very
it for
cool.
Microsoft, I think.
All right. I mean, I'm down. Sean Morris again says, the future of our world is materials. IT is a distraction. Don't encourage kids to be programmers. Encourage them to be material scientists and engineers. I think encouraging them to do anything other than be a YouTuber is a good idea. So if you want to be a programmer, be a programmer. If you want to be an engineer or a scientist, do that. I mean, I think the future is in space. A lot of we're gonna need all sorts of different things as far as space construction is going, or mental health, or I can't even think. There's plenty of stuff that we need to do, but we need to stop glorifying just being famous to be famous. It's not gonna get us anywhere. That's such a new age thing. But 100 years ago, no one was thinking, I can't wait for the world to know who I am. They were thinking, all right, how do I put food on my plate for my family
and my neighbors so
Period.
They don't attack me?
That's it. That's pretty much what humans have been about for most of humanity. How do I make sure I can eat through the winter?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, so our priorities are really just all over the place. Mr. Squiggles says, some people suffer from the victim mentality. Talking to them does not work. They need to realize on their own, otherwise they'll think that you're just trying to hurt them. Dems take advantage of this. Exactly. You're 100% right.
You can kind of get through, but you got to get in and out fast. You say the truth,
yeah,
and then just don't expect any kind of response.
Yeah, sometimes you get through, sometimes you don't.
And you might not hear back from them for 2 years.
Yep.
But it's
Blue
the best.
Satoshi says, Neuralink terrifies me because in theory, someone could not only read data from your brain, but write to it. How will you know what thoughts are yours? I don't.
If the software's
I don't
free
know.
and you can read the code of the program, then you'll at least know if it's functionally capable of reading your mind, and you probably wouldn't want a link that could read your mind. But
yeah.
if you allow it to, then it could.
Yeah,
but
who knows?
the software has to be free so you can see what the program's doing.
Yeah. Nugget Man says, much love from Quebec, Canada. I really enjoy listening to your daily show. I like that you bring positive vibes in the world. Thank you. That's my plan. Really want to bring that positive energy out. Amber says, hey, man, good to see you doing your thing, your own show. Met you through Tim. What's your favorite video game? My goodness. My favorite video game. Oh, wow. That is a tough call. I can't give you a favorite. I would say Dark Souls. The whole series, Demon's Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I loved all of the Souls series. I think that they are on a pillar unto themselves. Bloodborne is also incredible. Same game makers. Sekiro. Anything From Software does, I love. So I'm just going to go with that. I love classic Zelda games, Final Fantasy games. Right now I'm into 7 Days to Die. A buddy of mine is playing with me. That game is surprisingly fun and addictive when I'm playing with a buddy. It's just surviving zombies. It's really fun.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you said
I love it. I've got like 800 hours into the game.
Put a lot of hours in it. So that's really good. Diablo 2 is a big fan. I was a huge fan of Diablo 2. Hopefully Diablo 4 brings it back to the original style of Diablo, because Diablo 3 was not what I liked. I don't like flashy colors. Surprisingly enough, I like Destiny 2, and the Destiny game was really good. But video games. I can talk about video games for
shout out
a while.
to Kingmaker Pathfinder.
Yeah, what's
Pathfinder Kingmaker. It's an isometric top-down RPG in the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
Cool.
Like Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing a lot of that lately. It's great.
Cool. Dave Ross says, good show. Zool again says, wasn't meaning the poles shifting. There's a hole in South America that some scientists are worried about because it's getting bigger and might even be splitting in two.
I sent it to you.
So, okay. All right. So we'll check that out. No, I know that you weren't talking about the poles shifting, but I do feel like there's big correlations, because the same episode we talked about the pole shifting, we also talked about this huge hole in the ozone that opened and closed. It was like the largest hole that had ever appeared. Edward Brown says, you seem to like cool stuff. Have you ever watched the Rogan cast with Graham Carlson about the Younger Dryas and civilization reset? As in, we have been around or been this advanced or more previously. Interesting. That does sound really cool. Can you write that down?
Yeah,
Younger Dryas.
It's Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson.
Graham Carlson.
Well, there's two different guys. Graham Hancock is one, and Randall Carlson is another guy.
Oh, okay. So
they
it's two
work
different
together,
people.
Yeah. And they've been on the show like 3 times, and I'll send you all of them.
Oh, man, that does sound really cool.
Phenomenal.
And honestly, I kind of believe it. You know, the pyramids, Tesla, we did a deep dive on Tesla about when we talked about kind of what the pyramids were. Tesla was obsessed with the pyramids, by the way. He loved them. He studied them. And his what was the name of that? The long
Currents?
No, the building that he built.
Weidencliffe?
Weidencliffe. All right, so he built Weidencliffe based on the designs of the Great Pyramids over an aquifer, digging down into the aquifer, using the Tulare current to send free energy into the air. And that's pretty incredible. So if that's the case, if Tesla figured out the secrets of the pyramids and they were actually wireless energy batteries of some sort, and this is not proven, by the way, so this is just something that I kind of believe, because Tesla figured something out, and they definitely put a kibosh on him, and it's a shame, but this is definitely something that I'm interested in. Old technology that might have been lost. Jacob says, peace and love is the only option. Email me soon. Oh, I guess, did you email me? I don't know if you did or not, but I'll try to check it out. Frustrated Omegle, thanks for becoming a member. I appreciate that. And then Superman, if he wasn't so scared of green rocks, just says, just a heads up, I sent you an email. Wanted to let you know I was there. Great show, man. Thanks again for the shout out to my mom. She called me afterwards in happy tears. Man, you made her day. Oh, she was actually listening to the show. Well, honestly, it was my pleasure, Superman. I you know what? And again, to your mother, losing an animal is never easy. So
and it's noble to work with people like that.
And absolutely, thank you, and thank her. Well, she's listening, so thank you, Superman's mother, for doing what you do. We appreciate it. You know, we don't give enough respect to the elderly, because we are standing on the shoulders of giants, and a lot of people in the younger generations forget how far we've come. So thank you very much, everybody. It is the end of the day. That means It's time to jam.
I like the sound of that.
So why don't you prep for? I'll grab my guitar and just do a little doodle.
Dig it.
Cause I'm gonna go grab a. I don't feel like it's the same without playing a little whiskey. You know, let me. I'll just do a little. We'll get him going.
I love that song. Is that the intro to a song that you've written?
It is an intro to a song. I actually haven't played it live yet.
I love it.
But I love that. That's like my checking if the guitar's in tune
That's
song.
so good.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
play that and I can hear if because I play all of the strings, I can hear if one of the strings is out of tune. And I go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna pass the mic over to you
Yes, sir.
to make it sound better. We'll set you up.
So I've got two songs, and I'm going to play one of them. The dark one or the light one? That's the question.
No, play the light one, man. Let's keep it light.
Keep it at light. All right, I'm going to go into it. This song is called Frequent Measure. I've played it before on the show, and so I'm going to play it again. And not much more to say than that. I will build you a mountain out of your own words. I will build you enough to make you whole. So give me tools to show me where to start. The heart, the brain, or somewhere in between. I love you, babe, but I can't go on. All this time we spend away, it's torture though I won't complain. How I see it through the haze, yeah. Phase out, phase in, and you see me standing, learning, dancing, handstands before long. Take a chance and dance and help me save the world. And you see me hanging out around the house, playing this song. We'll grab an instrument and play along. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. All this time we spend away, it's torture, broken hearts complain. How I see you through the rain. Breathe out, breathe in, and you see me shaking, burning, quaking, and grabbing at the reins. That train of thought has left the station, and I wonder where it goes. And you see me making love a danger. I ain't no stranger to love. Oh, yeah, frequency of love. I will build you a mountain out of your own words. I'll build you enough to make you whole. I will take you someplace I know. Yeah, I love you, babe, but I gotta go. Well, and I'll let you know, well, that you could make it any day. The sun will rise, so don't delay. Darling, words, they seem so great. Yeah. Find strength within and see you standing, looking, caring about me after all. My trust in you, yeah. Oh, come on, yeah. And I see you standing, looking, sharing all the things you know. I love you. Come on out with my trust in you. Oh, man. Oh, come on out. Yeah. Here we go now. Yeah. Oh, thank you, sir.
Nice.
Look at that.
Well, Ian, let me steal it.
Yes.
So I hope you don't mind, Ian. I grabbed you a glass.
Why, thank you, sir. Looks delicious.
So I got some Islay Gold here. I had no idea how to say this when I bought it, but someone corrected me the last time I was drinking on air.
Is that Scottish?
Yeah.
Islay.
Yeah, it is. Scotch whiskey.
like it.
It's my favorite.
Thanks, sir.
Pour us both a little snort.
Good for the voice.
It is good for the voice.
You ever use a decanter?
Yeah.
I've never used one.
Yeah, I have. Here you go, sir.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, Ian.
Shall we cheers to it?
Cheers.
Clingity diggity.
And cheers, everybody, to hanging out on a Friday night, having a little whiskey, playing some music. Oh, isn't that good?
So amazing.
Isn't that good?
It's really incredible.
Can you, does that one reach over
I bet
here?
it does.
All right, I'm going to play I don't know what I'm going to play, but if justice is dead, then it's worth liberating. If justice is dead, then it's worth liberating. And these are my thoughts for you. Thank you.
Incredible.
Thanks. Thank you, buddy. All right, so I'm gonna play one more. Get a little cheers, everybody, for still hanging out with me. That song is called "If Justice Is Dead." Actually, Shy Drummer just wrote it. That's literally the name of the song. "If Justice Is Dead." It's pretty chill, and there you go. Love that. So I saw someone ask, or I said, "What should I play?" And they said, "Play that song about your wife." I feel like I just played that, but
Oh, I love this song. I do
know you-
harmonies.
you love that
Sing
one.
it from a distance.
Yeah. Do it just like kind of like a shout out.
Yeah.
All right, Ian's gonna shout out with it. It's kind of fun. Happy Friday night, everybody. I hope you had a good weekend planned. I hope you had a good week. I know a lot of hardships have been going our way. It's just been kind of tough, and there's only one thing you can do is just move forward. This is called "Walking with You." Sun sets alone. Oh, wait, sorry. I was talking. Threw me off a little bit. I took a walk tonight with my love, and all the cats are in the streets. Like us, they're trying to find their way home. Yeah, face life and land up on their feet. Talking about those little things, little things that make you sing and feel alright, a natural high inside, like sunshine and rain, a fresh coffee to start my day. Well, I'm just glad I found my way home with you. I've been walking it so long. 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 Well, now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long. Well, now I'm walking with you. Sun sets along the colonnade. All good dogs and bad are on their way. Like us, they're trying to find their peace of mind. Yeah, face life and its insanities. I'm talking about those little things, little things that make you sing and feel alright, a natural high inside, like sunshine and rain. Yeah, fresh coffee to start my day. Well, I'm just glad I found my way home with you. I've been walking it so long. 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 Now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long. But now I'm walking with you, and I felt it from the start, a connection from the start. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. It's so long. Well, now I'm walking with you. Yeah, when walking it's so long. Well, now I'm walking with you. Well, now I'm walking with you. Dude, you madman, you're on. That was fun, dude. Oh, that was good. And then, of course, you came by with the shaker. You got a little a secret surprise. Of course, I started singing about my wife, and she magically appears.
Sure did.
Oh, so that was fun. Oh, man, so Friday night, I hate to walk away because I love jamming. But
love to see you go. No, it's the other way around.
no, it's yeah, but you'd love to see me go.
That's what I meant.
That's funny. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Friday nights, I'm always going to do a jam. I do like to do a hard stop at 8 because I actually I don't know if they didn't go live yesterday, but I think they're live today.
Probably.
So I don't like to play over the Timcast show, but tomorrow night we shall be jamming. Nisha is going to be on, and she is going to play a song of her stuff.
So good.
I didn't know.
Well, she knows now. She didn't know, but I put it into the air, so now she's got no choice. Ha ha! You must play a song.
It's gonna be good.
Set up piano and shit.
Well, I could play at night.
Nisha's incredible.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Right now?
No.
Okay, tomorrow. Tomorrow. All right, tomorrow we're going to be playing some more music.
Smash it, everybody.
Well, there's some super chats I'm going to read up before we leave. Let's talk about Preppin' says, show name Crigler's List. Save who you can. Oh, come on. All right. I see what you did there, but Duck Queen says, in Texas right now, there's a Tesla tower erected in 2017. Look into that. Do you know about that?
No. Haven't heard of that.
All right.
Let's look it up.
Interesting. I like it. Let's look into it. Nephelite says, stay awesome, Adam. I'll do what I can. Thank you very much. The name's Dust became a member. Thank you so much. Verinia says, great show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Blowing me some hearts. Nephelite became a member. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Baker Boy says, cheers, Adam. Here's to you and yours. That would be you. Where you put your feet in my screen? Okay. Random appearance of some mystery feet. I don't know. Oh, I'm waiting for it to appear on the live because I'm gonna see how people are responding to the there they are. Random feet. What is going on? Anyway, have you been drinking too?
No.
Soy wife's feet. People are
Betsy wants to come on too.
I got special guests.
Oh, look, we got all
appearance.
sorts of random appearances
Betsy
going
Molly.
on.
Betsy, you're on TV.
Oh
Say
my
hello.
gosh, that was so weird.
She came out. She got excited.
Oh man, Zane says, Adam, love your energy. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I will constantly try to give my energy out there. Alex Pina says, I just started college this week, actually. I really enjoy being able to join y'all on this little Friday party. Awesome. Yeah, well, every Friday we're going to be jamming. I started the Friday night jam. I'm going to maintain the Friday night jam. I'm just letting you know, Jim Ruthless says toe socks need to be outlawed. I 100% agree with you.
They're so warm.
I love those things.
Hey,
I need a pair.
You're either on the show or you're not on the show, all right? So keep your toe socks over there.
Do you own any toe socks?
What? No.
We should get some.
No.
Those
No,
are
why
hot.
would no, I don't want toe socks.
Looks so cool.
Ugh. I'm good. Let's see. Oranus the 9th says, tip for the jar. Thank you so much. Final Cam, Crigler 2024. I appreciate that. Love you guys so much. What a fun night. I will be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on this channel, doing a deep dive onto Karl Marx. Come tune in tomorrow. Thanks, Ian, for joining in.
Thanks, man.
And I appreciate you every time.
Yeah,
so
dude.
Thank you, everybody. Oop, that was the wrong button. Still getting used to it. But thank you very much. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Betsy.